In this section, I wanted to answer two questions. So number one, how many hours of my life does study require? And number two, how do I fit that around my other commitments? So I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint for you to have a look at here. So you can see here, if you're a full-time student, you're going to be undertaking about 3 or 4 units per semester. If you're part-time, you're going to be undertaking about 1 to 2 units per semester. So that's generally the way we divide the enrolments up. Now, how many hours are you going to find? We do have some students who enroll and get into the Diploma of University Studies or the Diploma of Pharmacy Studies, and they underestimate how many hours they need to devote to their university studies. So I wanted to make this really clear today and say that 1 unit requires around about 10 hours of study, which includes 3 hours in classes and 7 hours of independent study work. So that's really important. If you're someone who is working full-time, that is a really difficult amount of time to find. You've got to really think about how your study is going to work. So if you add that up, it's 4 units of study, which means approximately 40 hours per week, which is roughly equivalent to a full-time job. So if you're working full-time and you're studying full-time, that's an equation that is not going to work out. If you're someone who has a lot of work commitments, you might like to look at a part-time study enrolment to take the pressure off you. So maybe have an opportunity to think about what your commitments are. Think about what you can realistically commit to your studies. If you've got questions, there are student coordinators that I'll talk about at the end of the final presentation, and you'll have contact details for those people. But as it says at the bottom here, what else are you committed to during this semester time? You need to factor that in. So if you've got sporting commitments, work commitments, if you have family commitments, if you're a carer for someone, if you have volunteering commitments, these are all things to be thinking about. So I guess the good news is that there are flexible study options for you. We will be delivering all classes online this semester. So for this semester, everyone is going to be an online student. When we are on campus, typically we have 2 different modes of delivery. So one is on campus where students learn face-to-face, and one is off campus where they work via the internet. So you might have webinars, you might have Zoom lessons, and it is going to be really important that you have reliable internet access, good computer skills, because you're going to be using Milo, which is our kind of learning platform at UTAS, and you're going to be using Zoom for a lot of your classes and other platforms that the university offers. We will give you information on those, so we'll give you a list of instructions as to how to use them. There are, in a normal world, we do mix formats. There are students who mix on-campus and distance study, but for the semester 2 coming, we are all going to be working online. So if you've got any concerns about particular units that you need to complete, there is some flexibility on a case-by-case basis. This is where your student coordinators come in. So we have a student coordinator at every campus. There's one at Hobart, there's one at Launceston, there's one at Cradle Coast, and there's one that handles our distance cohort or our off-campus cohort as well. So there are lots of people who can help you trying to figure out what's the best solution for you.